players in the NBA battle it out in the three-point contest. It's time to find out which player has what it takes to beat the clock and his opponents.
For a lot of folks, this is actually their favorite All-Star event. There's a lot of drama. It always seems to come down to the wire. So let's get it on.
Well, it's an event that I really enjoy, guys. You know, anytime you get the best shooters in the NBA together to duke it out, it's going to be a good time. These guys on this roster tonight can all really struggle.
So it's Slim ready to go. Nice thing about this format is that everyone starts each round with a clean slate.
Yeah, and even if you're the last place qualifier from the previous round, you still have a chance to win it all.
Yeah, it really is just about getting hot at the right time. You just want to advance out of that first round and then get hot from there.
And over his career, just a superb long-range marksman. It's all about establishing the rhythm early on and then keeping it going throughout the round. Am I right, Steve?
Oh, yeah, for sure. If you get off to a slow start in this competition, Clark, you're in big trouble because the clock starts to tick. You start to panic a little bit. You start to rush. You really need to find that groove early, and then you can gain your confidence and let it roll.
That gives him 12.
Take that.
That's a streak of 7 in a row. 17 on the board. Down to the final rack. That's a big 20 points. 21. You betcha. He posts a big number. 24 points. Wow, that was something else, guys. We don't see too many performances like that.
Well, the key was he cashed in on every single money ball. 5 for 5 on the last ball in each rack. That's just huge. That saves your round.
So it's Klay Thompson ready to start here.
Well, Klay's dad was an NBA player, Michael Thompson, but more a post player and a center. Klay as a guard, a perimeter player who's got that beautiful shooting touch.
The hardest thing for a shooter might be just maintaining that same level of concentration through all 5 racks.
Yeah, I think it is the hardest thing, Clark, because you're just not used to taking 25 shots in 1 minute. I mean, nobody does that. Even in practice, you don't really do it that way. So it's a very foreign feeling when you're out there, and you've got to maintain that focus.
10 points on the board. Can't get the money ball. 11 on the board. 12 for him. His total for the round comes to 12. That's far below what he's capable of doing when he's on his game.
Well, we kept waiting for that point where he'd get hot and rattle off a few in a row, but it just never came.
And so here's Love now.
Kevin Love, the reigning three-point champion in the NBA. He did it in his first time as a contestant, too. I mean, not bad for a guy who didn't take threes coming into the league. Something the shooters have to avoid here is over-adjusting if the shots aren't falling.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. You can't over-adjust. It has to be a very minor tweak. But sometimes, a shooter just has one thought that can get him into a good groove, a little bit like a golfer. You just want one swing thought, one shot thought. And if you can get to that point during this contest, you can be in good shape.
That's 7. Now 8 points. Down to the final rack. Now 9 points. He's sitting at just 9 points as the round comes to an end. Well, not his finest showing. I think we can all agree he could have done a lot better.
I guess one way to look at it is that he was just in his discomfort zone in that round.
Clark, no need to even put it into words. We could all see how unsettled he was. It did not go well from the start.
So it'll be Brad Beal here.
In the three-point contest, these guys are really on an island out there. I mean, you're used to sharing the court with 9 other guys. 4 of them are your teammates, and now it's just you out there. It has a little bit of a golf, tennis, or track and field feel.
Yeah, that's right. An individual sport atmosphere. Some guys love that, some don't. But, if you don't love it, you probably shouldn't be here. I think everybody in the lineup tonight really will enjoy it. And then, of course, it's just a matter of who can get hot.
2 more points to stick around. Drains the money ball. That move moves him to third. Could only get one shot to fall off the rack. He barely cracks double digits with 10 points. Well, I didn't expect that score to be as low as it was. What about you guys?
Yeah, he might not get an invite back for next year's contest after that show.
Well, one bad round doesn't mean he doesn't deserve to be here, but there's no question, watching that performance, he did not look suited to the format of this contest.
So it'll be Wilson Chandler here.
To avoid being dismissed and kicked out, he's got to have at least 10. It's a matter of him just knocking down a few of the money balls. I don't think it'll take much else.
3 more points to stay in contention.
Two more to stay in it.
Money ball, no good. One more to stay alive.
He's moving up. That gets him into a third-place tie.
5 big points on that rack alone. Yeah! Hits for 15. He averages 3 points a rack and finishes with 15. I'd say he handled that round pretty well, guys.
Yeah, even if he didn't set things completely on fire, it's still a fine score. I mean, what did you take away from it, Steve?
Well, you know, it wasn't his best, but he gutted out a pretty decent round when he didn't have his best stuff. And that's the sign of an excellent shooter there.
And here we go with Russell Westbrook. As the final shooter in this round, he knows just what he has to do here.
So often we see just a few misses in a row totally derail the play. It has that snowball effect if you let it.
Yeah, that's all the more reason that your only thought as a shooter can be on your next shot, not the previous one. But that's much easier said than done.
He needs 8 points more to move on.
He needs 8 more points to advance.
That's 4 misses in a row. 2 racks to go.
7 more points and he'll move on.
He needs 6 points more to advance. Just 2 points there. He won't be happy with that. At 7, he posts a total of just 7 points. Pretty dismal shooting out there, boys.
Well, you always want to find a rhythm in this competition, and when he missed all 5 balls on the second rack, that rhythm was gone.
Slim's got to be the favorite going into the finals. Don't you think, guys?
Oh, there's no question he's the one everybody's picking to grab the trophy. How could he not be?
Well, he's my pick. I mean, he's in top form. He's one of the best shooters in the world. And I'll tell you what, his qualifying round was a thing of beauty.
So it's Klay Thompson ready to start here. And as a rookie last year, Klay Thompson showed early on that he had no problem, Clark, letting it fly from deep.
Kevin, he shot over 41% from deep, which is really impressive for a first-year player. He's got a bright future, and I think he's got a high ceiling. Sky's the limit.
That's 4 misses in a row. Money ball, no good. Now 8 points. Now 9 points. 1 rack left. Up to 10 now. Now with 11. He scores 13 points in the round. He turned in a pretty good round right there, don't you think?
There were a few ups and downs, but overall, it turned out to be a fairly decent round.
Yeah, I'd give him kind of a B+ for that one. You know, you hope for more, but it probably lived up to a reasonable expectation for him.
So it'll be Wilson Chandler here. 13 points, the minimum. That's it to tie, or 14 for the lead. 4 points.
8 more points, and he'll tie things up.
Now with 6. Can't get the money ball. 7 more points and he'll tie it up. 7 points. 8 points. Can't get the money ball.
4 points more to tie it up.
He's got 10. 11 points. A 3-point rack for him right there. 2 more to tie it up. No good with his 4th in a row. That gives him 12. His total for the round comes to 12. Well, I didn't expect that score to be as low as it was. What about you guys?
Yeah, he really struggled with the money balls. I mean, I'm not laughing at him, but he missed 4 of them. That's going to always make things extra hard for you when you don't cash in the money ball.
So it's Slim ready to go. Here we go. This is it. He led all qualifiers. Now, can he emerge victorious in the finals?
The minimum to tie it is 13, or 14 will give him the lead.
Gets the money ball. Now with 4. 8 more points for him to tie it up.
Yep.
Coolly knocks down his 5th straight.
Boy, he's in a good rhythm right now.
4 points more to win. Now with 11. 2 racks remaining. 2 away from the win. That's 13. That'll do it. That's good. You're looking at the winner right there, folks. The rest is gravy.
Masterful performance.
Boy, I love the flow, the confidence he's shown here, and the fans loving it too.
Get out of his way. His 8th straight. A 23-point round for him. What an unbelievable round. Right away you could tell it was going to be special.
Well, we all know how important the money balls are in this event, and he hit 4 out of 5 of them. That's very good work.
And that brings the 3-point contest to a close. Coming out on top of the kind of field we had here tonight says so much about our champion this year.
He was one chill customer out there. He really kept his wits about him the entire way through the contest.
And that's the key, Clark. He never got too high, never got too low, just found his groove and took off from there.
And the drama, the excitement, this year's 3-point contest had it all. And it was our pleasure to bring it to you. For myself, Kevin Harlan, and my partners, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, thank you, everyone, and good night. The top shelf of NBA players all gathered here tonight for the